Hello, hello, hello. I hope I find everyone very, very well this month per usual. I would like to first give a big, huge shout out to all of these Sagittarians and Capricornians out there during this time for you guys' birthdays. Happy, happy birthday. I would like to also thank the individual who donated through the Amazon wishlist link located in the description box. The Sacred Earth's Oracle that we're using this month, they asked to keep their identity private. Thank you to you know who you are. So this month, guys, we're using the Sacred Earth Oracle here by Toni Carmine and Leila Williams. And we are also using the Linestrider Tarot here. And this is by Siolo, Thompson. Okay, let's go ahead and say a prayer for the decks and we'll get started here. Father God, I open all channels of light, Lord. North, south, east, and west. Guardian angels of the four directions, high councils, who serve the law of one. Holy pure ones, please anchor this space now in your divine consecration to provide every single zodiac sign with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks, Father. And please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay every single message as they're meant and or intended to be this month. Leo, Leo, Leo the Lion. Here's your reading for December 2018. Let's go and hop right in. Okay, Leo? Alrighty, so in terms of traditional tarot, what we have here is the Ten of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, the High Priestess, the Moon card, Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Death card reversed. I have not seen the Oracle card here. It popped down, it popped out face down. We're going to flip it over at the end and see what else it has to add to your reading today. I know Mercury is retrograde right now during me recording this, Leo, but I feel like you're like maybe lost for words or you can't get the words out, something to that effect, because I'm kind of stumbling over my words. But with that being said, Leo, I could see here you can maybe be dealing possibly with a Taurus. Maybe you could be dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer. And you maybe could possibly maybe be dealing with a Scorpio, maybe a Virgo for some of you. All right, Leo, let's see what's going on here for you. Leo, there's something here that has to do with like not using your better judgment. Now, I know the High Priestess is upright, and that's a good thing. But what I'm feeling here, it's like, okay, it was once a good thing. Now, what I'm about to talk about, or what I'm about to give to you, what's coming through. Normally, Leo, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I'm not the type of reader that predicts and that tries to incite fear and say like, oh, this is coming or that's coming, or, you know, because we never know that. The future is fluid and there's no reason to even predict the future. It's pointless. So in me saying that, Leo, what I'm feeling here is I feel like a situation may arise or has arisen that has to do with you like you investing time in something, and throughout you investing time, what I'm feeling here too is that you've been getting red flags or you've been getting hints or something to that effect where, and also your intuition has been speaking and talking to you as well, but you may have been kind of not really wanting to pay attention to it, whatever the case may be. You've been getting kind of hints here, Leo, that this relationship, person, place, or thing, whatever it may be, it's not as you once thought it was, or it's not exactly going to pan out the way that you want it to. But of course, okay, my guides are saying you already kind of know what's going on, you know? So it's almost like this reading here may be confirmation for you guys. But excuse me, I'm also feeling here too, Leo, like information's coming through and the messages are coming through, but not as strong or not as explicit, you know, like in terms of clear, that they usually do. And what I'm feeling here, Leo, is I maybe can't deliver such of a reading right now or regarding the messages or get much out of it because I feel, Leo, like this has a lot to do with your soul contract. Something about recognizing something and taking action upon your own behalf or effort upon your own behalf regarding ridding it out of your life. And there's something here too that's to do with listening to your intuition as well, and your connection to the divine, to source here. So in me saying that, whenever that comes up for an individual, and any reading that I do, whether personal, whether YouTube, whatever it is, if there's something that includes that person or the person that I'm reading for, if there's something here that has to do with that you guys or the person has to actually learn on their own because it's part of their soulful growth, they won't give me so much information because that's impeding or impeding or interceding into your spiritual growth and into your contract here. So I know I'm speaking to thousands of Leos here, but I'm just wanting to put this out there. And what's interesting too, Leo, is when I was shuffling out your cards and I was meditating on your energy, the Sun card popped out literally like I was splitting the deck to shuffle, and then it went and it was actually face down, and I was like, what the heck? And I turned it over and I was like, oh wow. So what I'm kind of getting here, it's like, Leo, things, well, the Sun card, I represent the Sun card in tarot to Leo, even though the Strength card is your card, but that's just my own little interpretation there. So what I'm feeling here, Leo, like something has come to light, or things have come to light already, where Leo, you see it now, and I'm feeling as though it's almost, Leo, like you don't want to leave this relationship, person, place, or thing. Oh wow, interesting. Okay, what just came through, Leo, is that maybe for some of you, a proposal was given, or something to the effect of, okay, it was either a proposal, a marriage, of moving forward, whatever it may be, taking things to the next level, whatever it is. There was something given, Leo. And I'm feeling like there were major changes that were made because of it. Now, that could be like moving into another house with a significant other. That can be going in on bank accounts, or maybe taking out a loan, like whatever the case may be. Coming together with this individual. And I'm feeling, Leo, that after doing that, you now realize that maybe you no longer want to be tied to this individual. Okay, interesting. Maybe for some of you too, maybe after a marriage, after some type of going in on something, this individual may have changed. This individual may have, like, for instance, like, let's say you and someone else got married, and all of a sudden they were a completely different person after you got married, like very controlling, very that type of energy, whatever it is, their energy, or possibly yours, since it's general, let's just apply it, ended up being a different individual or a different person, or just different in general. Maybe for some of you, it could have been like a job. Maybe you and the boss, you and head honcho, maybe were good when you started, and then maybe they seemed cool and inviting, and all of a sudden you got the job and they were a completely different person, whatever the case may be. It's something to that effect I'm feeling here. Now, in me saying that, you may not want to leave, Leo, or you may not want to walk away because you feel tied to this person, place, or thing because of the decision that you made to go in with them on something. It's almost like you may have, Leo, made a big deal about something, maybe got your way or somehow like that, or got what it is that you were looking for, and now it's like, ah, crap, I don't want that, and then you don't want to kind of back out. You do not want to back out, because then you feel like that person, place, or thing went through a lot just to give you what it is that you were searching for, or what you wanted. But there's a lot of like delusion or illusion going on here, Leo. Like, it's almost like you're still working on this, or you're still including yourself within the process of whatever it is for you. And what's interesting here too is the High Priestess is representative by the moon. So we have the moon here, and we also have the moon here. And then we also have the sun in Virgo. And we also have, it's like, you can call it Taurus energy. It's like Mercury. I want to say it's Mercury. Leo, what's interesting is the moon card right here. And the reason why there's two towers here is because these two towers look very alike. But we need to be very careful with these two towers, because I almost said tires. That's interesting. We need to be careful with these two towers here, because They look exactly the same, but they produce different results. And the reason why they're here on this card is to be representative of, Leo. Not everything is what we perceive it to be at first. And the reason why, there's a dog here, there's whatever the hell that is, like a little wolf or something. Yeah, I think that's a wolf. And there's the crab here as well, or the lobster, I'm sorry. Is because this is showing you that, like, what's done on the inside will be on the outside. What's done on the outside will come to the inside, meaning that whether it's done in private or whether it's not, it's all going to come to light. And we need to be very, like I said, very careful about what we choose and how we go about our endeavors or our business. And also to represent the duality as well, like, land and water, logic and intuition. But definitely there was some type of solidification here. And it's like working on it. But Leo, like, we have these two cards here. We have the Death card reverse and the Wheel of Fortune reverse. So not only is transformation not happening or not coming or not possible, but also things are not going in your favor, or they may be going in your favor a little bit, but you don't realize it. Now, when I say that, it's like maybe you think that you want this relationship, person, place, or thing to maybe you want it to actually transmute and to take to the next level for some of you, but maybe it's not meant for that or for you for that. Interesting. The song by Katy Perry is coming up, Fireworks, or Firework. Interesting. I don't know why that's coming up, but it is. It's for some of you that may be important, but oh yeah, that's why I was like, what the hell? Why did that song come up? Leo, it's because in that song she states something to the effect of sometimes a couple doors need to be closed, and then for you to open up the right one that would lead to where you need to be. That's why the song came up. So in me saying that, sometimes I look at the Wheel of Fortune like that. We may not think that a situation is actually moving in our favor, but it really is. Because sometimes we need to, okay, you don't think that it's moving in your favor, for example, Leo. You think that it's not moving in your favor because this person, place, or thing may be rejecting you. Maybe you are finding it hard to get along with them. You're finding it hard to, like, you're hitting resistance. And when we always hit resistance and we have to try so hard to make something happen or work, that's God's way, Source's way of telling us, like, it's not meant for you, because there's still free will involved. But sometimes we need to go through those situations, and then something kind of, I don't call it drastic, but something big kind of happens. And then you then need to perceive it to be like, maybe it just wasn't right for you. Because sometimes rejection is protection, No, and me saying that, you may, because there may be a sever between the relationship, person, place, or thing, whatever it may be for you. And you may find the right, the right endeavor, the right person after that first situation has completely, ceased. So what I'm trying to say here is, after I went around the world with that, but what I'm trying to say here, Leo, is sometimes things aren't what they appear, right? And we may give to that situation, and we may invest in a situation, and it may happen where it seems like it's going to be okay or it's going to go good. But then in the end, it may not be too great. Because especially if this is about a relationship for you, Leo, given everything that I said, maybe it was great on your end. Like, you gave all of yourself and all of your good intentions. And then the other individual didn't. Now, it was great at first, but then that other individual that didn't, that was their free will that was placed upon the validity of that relationship. So then that's out of your control, So then maybe sources or spirit, God, is trying to remove you from that situation because it no longer serves you, and it's not probable for you at this time. So in me saying all this, Leo, what I'm trying to just really get to the bottom of here is, if things don't seem like they're working out, and if they don't work out, Leo, just know that that's a sign that it wasn't meant for you. And don't look at it like Like, oh, why is this taken away from me? Why did I not do? Don't start the whys and the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, because there's no point in doing that, Leo. Because you're further gonna you're further gonna sadden yourself. You're gonna further put yourself in a lower vibration, which then means that that person, place, or thing that is right for you, you may miss an opportunity because of putting yourself in a lower vibration and having like a guilt mentality or maybe a victim mentality, and then you won't be as alert, or you won't be within the vibration to accept that good thing that's coming to you, that's vibrating at a higher frequency, because your frequency is lower. Hope I'm making sense here, Leo. Let's see if I'm getting anything else for you, Leo, before we flip over the Oracle card. I don't think so, Leo, but that was interesting how the Sun card popped out when I was contemplating on your guys' energy. I was like, oh, wow. I was like, okay, this spread's meant for them, I guess. But it's always better, Leo, if we just find out what's going on, then we assess the circumstance, and then if it's not right, we pull ourselves out of it, and then we apply that working towards something, or we put all of our efforts and all of our investment. We should do that upon something that is going to transmute, that is going to, you're going to see transformation within it, which then would lead to it moving in your favor. All right, Leo, let's see here. Okay. Revolution. And Leo, let's see what the card says here for you. All right, Leo, so revolution. Avoid comparison. It is either too soon nor too late to claim your life for yourself. There is no right way to live your life. There is no wrong way or set pace to follow your path. Be wary of false markers. It is not always time to harvest. Without periods of rest, planting, and nature, there may be no harvest. Like invisible wheels, the seasons of life move through an eternal cycle of death and rebirth. Interesting. What appears to begin, rise, fall away, and end is a small part in an endless journey without any clear start or climax. In the bright stillness of the divine mind, every journey flows through love. This is your journey, your time, and your season. Shine. Here's something to think about, Leo. The burnt tones of leaves, short snowy days, bright bursts of color and long, golden twilights mark the progress of Earth as it ellipses the sun. The seasons come and go. Days shorten and grow long again. If you don't know the winter, how shall you know the spring? In some parts of the world, winter never comes. Earth's revolution is noted more subtly, perhaps more intimately. The traditional people of North Australia and Tiwi Islands acknowledge as many as 13 seasons, when the European settlers observed only the wet and the dry. The journey around the sun is the same for all of Earth, even for the North Pole, where a single night of winter lasts for 6 months. The progress is the same, the markers are different. In comparing your journey, your markers, your achievements to that of another, you might miss the signs that your season has come. Wow. All right, Leo. So interesting with the comparison. It's never great, Leo, to compare, like I said, to compare, because when we compare, in a sense, Leo, we're looking externally for validation. And you guys always hear me say this, and I'm going to continue to say it. When we look externally for validation, we immediately lose. We walk away from our own spiritual lesson, from the path. Because then when we look externally for validation, what are we going to do when that person, place, or thing is not there? Where's your validation then? In me saying that, you should never need or require anyone's validation, Leo. Because if someone's really there for you for the correct reasons, they would never have you or expect you to prove anything for them to even validate anything. So then there's no point to look for external validation within your relationships or interactions, because by default, it shouldn't be required. See what I'm saying? So we never want to compare and contrast like that. And plus, when we compare and contrast, Leo, what we're doing is we are then separating, and we're trying to raise the vibrations of this planet to become one. The only time, Leo, that separation should ever be used is for observation, and that's it. Because the minute that we separate, then our human 3D, constructs of our mind tend to do this. Then there's like a hierarchy and a lowerarchy, like a inferior and superior type of situation that results. It may not be your intention, but others may think that. By default, it happens like that, where then the separation ends up being better or worse, and then that's when the comparison comes in. It's just all bad. Don't compare yourself to other individuals. We all have our path. You're not supposed to understand theirs, and they're not supposed to understand yours, because it's your own particular path, and that's their particular path. And we're always in the right place spiritually at the right time all the time. It may not seem like that at certain times, but we always are. And they're bringing me back, Leo. My team's bringing me back to the moon card here. Be careful when I say be careful, it's be mindful, I should say, Leo, of the two comparisons here. It's interesting they were talking about comparisons. Yeah, like the dark and the light, the, whatever the case may be here, black, white, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like, they look the same, but they have different results, or what comes from them are very different. So with the illusion, let's be careful with it. I can't give you really too much advice, Leo, on what decision to make in terms of like how to notice which one is good or which one is the bad, because there's no good or bad. There's just an experience, All right, Leo, that's what I'm getting for you for December 2018 here. If this reading resonated with you, Leo, go ahead and do me a favor and tap the like or thumbs up button. And also, Leo, check the description box below if you'd like to book a reading for yourself. Everything is there available for you guys. Be sure to like, share, and to subscribe. And also, Leo, be sure to tap the like button. I'm sorry, not the like. Yes, that button as well. Be sure to tap the bell, Leo, so to turn it red so you guys can be immediately notified of new content that is uploaded. And also, Leo, do me a favor. Check the description box below, like I said, especially for a link there to the Amazon wish list link that I put together for you guys, Leo, where you can obtain a really good reading for a really good price that fits into your budget. All right, Leo, be careful with the duality, okay? And just, like I said, let's examine things. And no one can ever give you an answer, Leo. That's looking externally once again. You have to trust yourself and your own intuition, because that's all you need to know, and that's what will be what it is in terms of your intuition. All right, Leo, we'll see you.